Okay, let's face it, managing virtualized IT infrastructure, well, it can get complicated pretty fast.
Oh, absolutely. It's a common challenge.
So today on the deep dive, we're looking into a potential way to streamline things a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Moving from VMware to Proxmox VE,
Mm-hmm.
we've been digging into some material, some sources that suggest this could actually offer maybe a smoother and more scalable virtualization path for you.
Right. And you might be listening right now and nodding along if your current VMware setup feels a little, well, cumbersome, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
Perhaps you're looking at, I don't know, licensing costs, or maybe hitting some scalability walls, or just finding it takes too much time to manage.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And our source material, it points towards Computer Port IT Solutions.
Yes.
Says they're a team with significant experience helping with exactly this kind of transition.
Okay.
They're presented as having a real sort of knack for taking the pain out of moving away from VMware.
Hmm.
So what is it about their approach that seems effective?
Well, what's interesting and what the source really emphasizes is this idea of a really seamless migration, like minimum disruption.
Okay, seamless.
Yeah, it highlights their ability to handle even pretty complex VMware environments and, ensure the move over to Proxmox is as smooth as possible. Flawless even, which, that probably involves a deep understanding of both platforms, right? To minimize any potential hiccups or downtime.
Right, right. It's definitely not just about, like, flipping a switch, is it?
Not at all.
And apparently Computer Port IT Solutions also focuses on getting your team, the people using it, comfortable and up to speed with Proxmox.
Yeah, that's key.
The idea seems to be that your existing VMware knowledge isn't wasted. It actually provides a solid foundation, makes the learning curve for Proxmox much less intimidating.
That makes a lot of sense. You're leveraging what people already know.
Exactly.
And then beyond just the migration process itself, the source points to a really key advantage of Proxmox, its inherent scalability.
Scalability, okay.
You could say, start with virtualization on just a single route to include tens of servers, even building a hyper-converged setup.
Hyper-converged, so combining compute, storage, networking, all in one system.
Precisely, which Proxmox apparently facilitates quite well.
Okay, now here's where it gets pretty compelling, I think. The material we looked at, it even draws a direct parallel with VMware vSAN.
Right, the big player in HCI storage.
But it suggests Proxmox offers similar scalability, and this is the quote, without those complexities associated.
That is a significant claim. Without those complexities, that suggests potentially easier growth, maybe easier day-to-day management.
It would be huge.
It could. And the source indicates that Computer Port IT Solutions, they're equipped to manage migrations of, well, really all sizes.
All sizes.
Yeah, whether you've got a smaller setup with maybe just tens of VMs or a really large-scale environment, 1,000s of VMs, doesn't matter if it's single servers, multiple servers, or even if you already have an HCI setup with vSAN.
Okay, so the message seems pretty clear then. If you're listening and maybe thinking about simplifying your virtualization, whether you're running just that single server or a much more complex multi-server setup, the takeaway here is to maybe consider exploring a detailed analysis, look into a potentially smoother migration path to Proxmox, possibly with support from a team like Computer Port IT Solutions.
Yeah, it really brings up a crucial question for you, the listener. What could the actual impact be on your efficiency, on your future growth, if you had an infrastructure underpinning your operations that was, well, less complex and more easily scalable?
Exactly. That's the core takeaway, isn't it? The real possibility of achieving a more streamlined, more scalable virtualization environment by making that transition from VMware to Proxmox VE.
Especially with some expert guidance, potentially like Computer Port IT Solutions offers.
Right.
So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. Really think about your specific needs, your plans for the future. Could exploring alternatives, like Proxmox in this case, unlock some new levels of efficiency? Maybe some scalability that, you might not have realized were possible before.
Something definitely worth considering.